Similar to tools, MCP also provides another core building block called resources. Resources provide read-only access to data for the LLM or client application. Now let's try to understand how resources works. Think of resources like a smart library that an AI can read from. When someone or an AI asks for a resource, here is what happens. FastMCP looks up what was asked. Do I have this information saved somewhere? If the info needs to be created, it creates it. Some information already exists, like a document. Other information needs to be generated on the spot, like today's data. If it needs to be generated, FastMCP quickly creates it. Now, FastMCP sends the information back in a usable form. It could be text, structured data, or even a file. Now, the AI can read files, documents, database information, settings, and configurations. At last, resources help the AI give more accurate and relevant answers without changing or breaking anything. Let's go back to the Visual Studio to create resources and consume same as part of the MCP client. So this is the file we have mcp underscore server.py where we have created our tools. Now within the same file, we are going to create resources. Now to create resources, we can simply use the decorator as at the rate mcp dot resource. Now let's provide the resource name here, and it is going to be the greeting. Okay. Now let's define a function here. So we can say define get underscore greeting. Great. Now after this, we are going to return the greeting message. So it is going to be type of string for short. Let's write the doc string here, the very first thing. So provide a simple greeting message. Okay. And then we can simply say return. And in the return, we are going to say hello from FastMCP resources. Great. So this is one of the resource we have created. Let's create one more resource which will return the JSON as a dictionary. So again, we can say the same thing, MCP dot resource, and just provide the resource name here. Simply say resource colon slash slash and then app slash config. Now let's create a function. So you can say define app underscore config. Okay. And it is going to return the JSON, which is a type of dictionary, which is a key value pair. So you can say dictionary here. Now in the return statement, we can just simply return the JSON. So I'm already having that JSON. I'm going to copy paste to save the time. So we are going to return this JSON. Great. Now our resources are ready. Now we are going to consume these resources as part of our MCP client. So let's first go ahead and stop our application. Okay. And clear the console. Let's execute this piece of code, mcp underscore server.py. Once the server is up, we will go to our mcp underscore client.py and we'll consume these resources. Okay, now the server is up. Let's go to mcp underscore client. Here, the way we are able to access the tools, similar way we can access the resources also. So here we can say resources equals to await, and then you can simply say here client dot list underscore resources. Okay. Now, once you got the resources, you can simply loop over resources and print it. So we can say for resources, resource in resources, and just simply say print resource. Great. Now let's go ahead and execute this piece of code first. So let's go to our other terminal here and just simply say Python and the file name.py. Now you can see here our both the resources got listed. So the very first resource is get greeting. And as part of this get greeting, we are getting the URI here. And apart from this URI, we are getting the description and the MIME type. Now, to access the content of these resources, we can simply say content equals to await client dot read resource. Okay. And we already have the resource variable here, and you can say resource dot URI because our resource is available at this location. So resource dot URI. Okay. Now let's execute this piece of code, and in place of resource, we are going to print the content. Yep. If you see, we got the output, and you can see we got the content here. The text, it is saying hello from FastMCP Resources, and the second one is print in the JSON. And this is app config, and this is greeting. Now, if we wish to access this text, we can simply say content zeroth index dot text because this content is coming in a list. So we are accessing the zeroth element, and in the zeroth element, we have text as a attribute or a field. Great. Now let's re-execute this piece of code. Will allow us to access the content in the string and as a JSON here.